Lifting family, welcome back. So what we are going to be doing is a review, and this review is actually going to help solve a problem. So when it comes to finishing this basement, what we have is a heat issue. So in terms of the basement itself, we could have run ductwork along the ceiling and then run it down the sides to be able to have vents that are pumping in heat throughout the winter time. Obviously with the summertime, it's nice and cool down here, so that problem doesn't happen as much. But when it comes to the winter, it's cool down here, it's bare floor. So what we need to do is be able to have something that's cost affordable. That's been the goal with the basement. And so rather than running extra ductwork and trying to figure that out and have someone plan that and figure what we need to do there, one of the options is essentially a heater. So what I was looking for was something that was going to be able to occupy the space. The width of this is about 24, and then the length of this is about 25 feet. So we're looking at somewhere around 600, 700 square feet that is going to be consuming the basement. And then as far as the ceilings, I believe we're looking at 10 to 11 foot ceilings. So there's a good bit of space that we need to be able to heat up essentially. So with this, I found a fireplace that I knew would look cozy, but then also the other cool thing is that it gives kind of like a little bit of a rustic look as well. So time to get to the unboxing here to get this one unwrapped, and then we're going to start to dive in some of the features. Alright, so it is time for a little bit of assembly. So we have the 4 legs here. So with this, we've got 2 screws on each. So just having a Phillips head, we're going to pop these in. So I'm going to get those popped in, and then we'll get this one set up. Alright, so here's what we have. We have the 4 corners. It's just 2 Phillips screws in each corner. And essentially then we have the legs that can stand this up. There we go. And then we've got magnetic doors. One obviously has a little bit of a lip on it, a little bit of protection. Alright, so it's time to get this one plugged in. We have a 3-prong, so it's actually got the grounded portion of the plug. So you really need to make sure that you have that option when it comes to be able to plug this into the wall. And then for this one, this actually has a 6-foot cord as well. So if you're looking for a unit that needs to be positioned away from the outlet a little ways, that's totally fine. Just know that 6 feet is essentially the full extension of this cord. So we're going to plug it in right now, and then we do have a nice cool remote here that allows us to be able to program the unit itself through some of the different settings. There is already a battery that's in it, so we can just remove the little portion that saves the battery, and then we'll get started. So first time plugging it in. All right, and then there is a little light over here in the corner. We've got our display panel over here. So as far as some of the features, obviously we've got the power, and it's a pretty sensitive touch panel. So essentially what we have is we've got the timer, and then these are essentially LED controls. So when it comes to the first button here, we have different flame that is going to be controlling the colors of the flame. So kind of cycle through those. So obviously got a little bit of a yellow hue. Normally not going to be a safe option to be able to keep those doors open, but then we will go with the actual logs here and kind of change that up so we can kind of mirror that. So then in terms of the flame button, essentially we've got 5 levels. So this is going to be controlling the level of dimness or brightness. So as dim as possible is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So as far as the actual flame speed, we've got 5 different settings. We're actually on setting 2 right now. So there's 3, there's 4, and then there's 5. So obviously a little bit faster. I actually think I'm a little more of a 3 kind of guy, so we'll pop it back to 3. Alright, so in terms of the actual heat here, we've got a variance of essentially off, so it's just this nice temperature setting. And then as far as the heat, we've got 500 watts and then 1500 watts. So in terms of that, we just push the little button here, and then it'll kind of show a little red flashing cycle. And then we've got the 2-bar flashing cycle. So it's going to show us a little bit more of a higher level of heat itself. So we're going to pop this closed. But the big piece is the option for just, again, this nice look that we have here, this ambient look. Or we've actually got some heat kicking on. So 1 bar is essentially going to be that lower warm air level of heat. And then we've got the 2 bar in terms of the actual level of heat. So in terms of this, I'm going to be able to give this a little bit of time to kind of heat up the room, and then we'll come back. We will be giving our overall review here. I mean, so far in terms of the look, in terms of the cost, in terms of the overall design and the convenience factor here, I mean, having a remote is really, really nice. The fact that we've got a timer on it as well, it's going to help provide some level of safety aspect as well. That way, when it comes to an electric fireplace, there can be some safety concerns, especially with things that are too close to it, to where there could be some projected heat that might cause some problems. But going to give our overall feedback once we pop back in here and give it a little bit of time to heat up. But outside of that, do remember to click that like button down below. Reviews like this are things that I always found helpful. That's why I really wanted to focus this channel a lot more on reviews and discussion and things that I essentially buy. So I mean, again, this is for the basement area of our house that we recently finished. So with that, just remember to comment down below too, just to make sure that any questions you might have or anything like that. Always want to help out to make sure that I can give any feedback. Maybe there's something that I missed when it comes to these reviews. There's some items that somebody might have been thinking of that I didn't really fully relay, and I definitely like to let you know if there's anything I can provide. Alright, lifting family, so I am pretty impressed. It's rather warm down here, and so we're just hitting the start of fall essentially, so those temperatures are starting to get into real cool in the mornings, and in terms of just that nice cozy feel, I am super excited. We built out this space essentially to have family time, and my son and I usually play Xbox against each other, so that's something where this nice little extra touch. They are always trying to turn on the fireplace that's upstairs. We actually have a gas fireplace that's upstairs, so having this nice little touch down here, that is something that I'm super thrilled about. And in terms of the actual heat that this is pumping out, it's pretty warm. I'm gonna try to wrap up this video so that way I can finish things up and not start sweating in front of you. But I would say 5 stars overall. Again, we've got price, we've got heat, the amount of space that this is going to be able to heat up overall, and again, especially the area that we're trying to heat up here, it is definitely something that is going to be taking care of us. So I'm really pleased. And then again, with the remote control that we've got as well, that's something that just offers a nice convenience. And then the last piece is safety. I mean, family area here, so that's a big key, is just making sure that there is an automatic shut off to where we can set that timer and make sure that it goes off. But I mean, other than that, I am super thrilled. 5 stars from me. Again, if you have any questions, comment down below. But outside of that, like this video if you like videos like this. Comment down below if you have those questions. Do also please remember to click that subscribe button. I appreciate all you subscribers that are out there. Thank you so much again for your support. I'm hoping that one day we can say, wow, remember that video when we had 5,000 subscribers? Let's look at 100,000 subscribers. So outside of that, thank you for watching, and as always, keep pushing.